Guys, big breaking news coming out. Indonesia says 22 plants in industrial zone near Jakarta contaminated by KZM 137. The contamination was first detected in a batch of shrimp shipped to the United States of America back in August by a local company. Uh-oh. Once again, this was the news that broke out about a month ago, and there was this massive recall. I think it was Great Value Walmart shrimp, if I'm not mistaken. And this has been going on for a while. Radioactive shrimp recall to tie to Indonesia metal plant. But today, breaking news is this one here. 22 plants in industrial zone near Jakarta contaminated by KCM 137. At the same time, I want to bring this one up really quick, and we did talk about this. This is happening here in the US. Plan to pump 45,000 gallons of radioactive water into New York's Hudson River. Man, we are definitely seeing end times when it comes to Wormwood. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support this channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you again for your support. Your support is what keeps us on air. Another way to support the channel is through Patreon. $5 a month Patreon will get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. That's another way to support the channel. Thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Alright, so once again, here's the title. We're going to get to the news. Officials from Indonesia Special Task Force on Radioactive Contamination said that they found KCM-137 in 22 production facilities near Jakarta. Wow. I'm surprised that the U.S. commander hasn't said nothing about this. So a local company, PT Bahari Makmur, first detected the contamination in a batch shipped to the United States of America by a local firm in August. That was that big recall. So Indonesia then carried out sweeping radiation scanning of the modern Sikande industrial estate where BMS was located. Wow. Baran, the task force's spokesperson, told journalists that the shrimp production facility has undergone independent decontamination. It has been declared safe by the nuclear agency. Wow. And for how long this was going on, that's the question. How many of Americans been eating radioactive shrimp? And there was a news that broke out about a month and a half ago. A congressman said, if we continue eating those shrimp, we're going to turn to, I don't know, there was a picture of an alien from the movie Predator, I think, and he said that we're going to turn to one of them. So, the task force didn't give out the names of 21 other production sites. Wow. Okay, so we should know the name of these companies because, again, we basically eating the food. But they said that Indonesia Nuclear Agency will conduct decontamination procedure immediately. Unbelievable, man. Are you serious? I believe this has been going on for a very long time. So according to its website, the modern Sikande estate, located 68 kilometers away from Jakarta, is 3,175 acres and has more than 270 companies, both local and foreign, in industries ranging from automotive components to food processing. According to the Food and Drug Administration website, KCM-137 is a dangerous radioactive isotope. It is usually released into the environment after a nuclear test. Oh my goodness, are you serious? After a nuclear test or accidents such as Chernobyl and Fukushima. Oh my God. I don't know. Were they testing nuclear? Were they testing something out there? So now the shrimp that we were purchasing and stuff like that and eating, well, it has very, very, very concerning things in it. That was basically, it's test on nuclear and stuff like that. According to the Food and Drug Administration website, KCM-137 is a dangerous radioactive isotope. It is usually released into the environment after nuclear tests or accidents such as So KCM-137 is not produced in Indonesia, nor are there nuclear weapons or power plants. Now, this person stated that the Gov has tightened, restricted on scrap import. This means the Ministry of Environment won't be issuing recommendations for scrap imports. The task force also designated PMT, a scrap metal plant in Indonesia that produces KCM-137 contaminated goods, as an isolation facility. Wow. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Leave comments down below. Here's another one. 22 facility. Indonesia task force found traces of radioactivity in 22 facility at an industrial zone near the capital, a Gov spokesperson said on Wednesday, October 8, weeks after U.S. authority recalled potentially contaminated frozen shrimp. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued a recall in August after the radioactive isotope KCM-137 was detected in shrimp exported by the company to the United States of America. I'm going to have to read this part right here. This is going to be a quick one. I can't show the pictures like the advertisement stuff. The Indonesian Gov then launched an investigation during which the isotope was detected at the Sikande Industrial Estate, about 60 kilometers west of the Jakarta, that's the capital. At least 22 plants in the industrial zone were contaminated, said task force spokesperson Bara, adding that authorities were tightening surveillance in the area. Health authorities have also carried out medical checks on workers, people that work there, and also residents living near the industrial estate, and found 9 people who tested positive. Wow. For the exposure to KCM-137. Wow. Ooh. That is not good. They were referred to a hospital for further checks and have since returned to their homes. We are tightening restrictions on entry and exit routes from the area, and we continue to identify and inspect facility where contamination may have occurred. Vehicles will also be inspected. What? Look at this. Even vehicles. Wow. Vehicles will also be inspected for potential contamination as they move through area. Man. So I guess, they're stopping vehicles and checking people and stuff like that. They're probably doing those tests like the nose and, saliva and stuff like that. Man, this is some serious stuff. Barra said that the Gov will impose a restriction on scrap metal imports, which was reportedly a source of the contamination. Residents living in a highly contaminated area will be relocated. Wow, so they're going to be relocated until decontamination is completed. Okay, so people that live in that area, they have to go You gotta go. The safety of residents and the environment is the top priority. The decontamination process will continue to be monitored until the area is declared completely safe, Hanif said in a social media post. Wow. The FDA said long-term exposure to even low doses of caesium is linked to an elevated risk of cancer. The FDA said. Wow. And man, I want to bring this up because this, again, this was posted back in September, but this is where it all started. Give me a second here, guys. FDA sounds the alarm on radioactive Indonesian seafood. The FDA is cracking down on Indonesian shrimp and spices after detecting radioactive caesium-137 in multiple shipments. New rules kick in October 31st. Exporters from affected regions must prove their food isn't glowing by getting certified by either an Indonesian gov agency or an accredited third party. One company, PT, had its frozen shrimp pulled after test confirmed contamination. Wow. Turns out that the factory near Jakarta was sitting on radioactive soil. Man, here's the twist. Indonesia doesn't have any nuclear power plants. So where's the radiation coming from? That's still a mystery. Firms on the red list need extra scrutiny. Even if they're cleared, they'll land on the yellow list, meaning stricter paperwork and constant FDA watch. You can't just sprinkle fallout on your food and call it seasoning. Again, there's a like they said, possibly scrap metal import. That's crazy. Once again, please share the video, guys. Very important information I'm putting out here. Watchmen sounding the alarm. So, radioactive shrimp recall tied to Indonesia metal plant. The US just yanked millions of pounds of frozen shrimp after detecting caesium-137, a radioactive isotope normally found in nuclear accidents. Investigators now think the source is contaminated scrap metal at an industrial site in Serang, Indonesia, where shrimp exporter BMS Foods processes seafood. The IAEA says the isotope may have linked from a metal melting facility at the same site. More than 300 shipping containers bound for U.S. ports, Los Angeles, Houston, Miami, Savannah, have been recalled. Wow. Walmart and Kroger already pulled products. Tampa-made foods joined this week. Radiation levels tested at 68 becquerels per kilo, way below the FDA's danger line of 1,200, but still deeply weird. As one nuclear expert put it, like someone dumped a radioactive salt shaker across the floor. Man. Oh, this is the one right here. That's the one right here. You have a congressman said, if we keep eating shrimp, we're going to look like that thing right there. We're going to look like that thing. You can tell this guy right here behind me, that guy is like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. I can't believe I'm hearing this. So, again, this has been going on for like since August. All right, so Senator uses alien movie to warn about radioactive Walmart shrimp. Senator Kennedy brought an alien poster to the Senate floor claiming radioactive Indonesia shrimp could turn you into that thing. All right, but that's not true, guys. That's not true. I can't believe, again, I can't believe they actually aired that thing. All right, so that's where we at right now, guys. That is where we at. This is the latest update If you can, do me a favor, share the video, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. All right, and this morning I had cereal, and I've noticed the milk tastes different. All right, and we just got this milk. I think it was Target or Walmart or Publix. I don't know. It was my mother-in-law. She went. She bought the milk, but it tastes funny. And I'm, tasting certain food now. Something is wrong. It just something is wrong. You could tell something is wrong. All right, and there's been a high rise report of people getting diverticulosis or diverticulitis. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff because of certain food. All right, so again, have no fear, for Christ is near. But one thing I tell you guys, there's going to be a lot of things to come. It's not only war, it's not only famine, pestilence, it's not only, signs of the heaven, but it's also going to be, a lot of things that's going to impact the water, wormwood, a lot of things that's going to impact the food, the crops. So we are definitely seeing a lot of things happening right in front of our faces. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.